In this lecture, we are going to talk about filter function in Python. So, a filter function is used to filter out certain elements in a list or a dictionary based on a condition. And filter function takes two arguments, as you can see, a function and an iterable object. So here a function acts as a filter medium and the iterable object is what we want to filter. And here a function can be either a regular function or a lambda function. So we will see both situations. And without further discussion, let's start writing code. So first of all, we need a function for a filter. So just write here def, and I'll go with the regular function first, and then we will see how to implement the same logic using a lambda function. So just write here def and then the function name. So I'm going to filter list based on even and odd numbers. So I'll print the even numbers, but I'll skip the odd numbers. So just write here even underscore filter. So again, this can be any type of name, but to make things more semantic, just use this even underscore filter. And then this function is going to take a number, and inside this function I'll say if number is divisible by 2. Okay, so if we get not semicolon, it's colon. So if this number is completely divisible by 2, then I'll say return true. Okay, so this means that it is an even number, but if it's not the situation, then I'm going to return false. So return false. Okay, so whenever filter function detects that okay, I got a true answer from this function, then the filter function is going to add our this item to a new list. Okay, so this is our function, and if you don't understand the logic now, just wait and let me pass this even filter function to the filter and you will automatically understand it. So just write here filter. Okay, so the name of the function, and then we need to pass here a function and an iterable. So a function in our situation is even filter, and then now let's create here an iterable. The iterable in my case will be a list, so just write here lst is equals to, and then this list will contain both even numbers and odd numbers. So 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, so now we know very well that 4 of them are even and 3 of them are odd. So now here I'll say lst, and now this filter function returns us a new list. Okay, and in that list we will have all the elements based on this certain condition. So I'm going to accept that new list in this filt underscore lst variable. Okay, and now if I print this, print filt underscore lst, you are not going to see your output. So let me explain it. Okay, so we got our object location but not the actual list. Okay, so for this purpose you need to convert this object to a list. So just write here list, and now you are going to see your result. And here we go, we got our output 2 4 6 and 8. So now this is how this filter function work. And again, let me explain the logic. First of all, this filter function will take our element 1 from this list and will pass this element 1 right here to this even filter function, which is our filter medium. And the Python interpreter will check whether this particular number is divisible by 2 completely or not. So if it's completely divisible by 2, this means that it's an even number and this function is going to return true. And if this filter function detects that the return value of my filter medium is true, then this filter function is going to add this element in this new list. But if the return value is false, this means that this number is not satisfying the condition which user has defined in the filter medium function. Then the filter function is not going to add the number to our new list. So in order to verify this concept, if I write here and if I write here true, now you are going to see odd numbers right here, because if the number is totally divisible by 2, then the function is going to return false, and the filter function will understand, okay, I don't need to add this particular number to a new list. So just run it, and now we got our odd numbers. So I hope that you have understood the logic. So whenever you want your number to be added in the new list, you need to return it true, otherwise you need to return false. Now let's implement the same logic with the help of lambda functions, and I'm going to write here lb, okay, just a name, or in this case I'll call it a reference, function object reference basically. So just write here lambda lambda, and again this lambda function is going to accept a number like this, and I'll say number. I'll use the same variable, you can use another variable name, but I'll go with number to make it more semantic, and then just put colon. And now right here I'm going to write my condition. So just write here number divisible by 2 double equals to 0. So if this particular condition is true, then the filter function is going to add our number, but if it's false, then he is not going to add it. So instead of even filter, let's write here lb, and now I'm going to get even number list. So let's run it, and we got our even number list. And if I replace this equals with not equal sign, if number is not completely divisible by 2, this means that it's an odd number. And now if I run it, you will get a list of odd numbers, and yeah, we got a list of odd numbers. So I hope that you have understood this filter function, and in the next lecture we are going to filter some prime numbers, and I'll see you there. Bye bye.